Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
You didn't even count down.
No.
There's no countdown. You always count down. I wasn't prepared. I don't know what to do. What do we do?
Welcome to E-Course Adventures Live, everybody.
Oh, we've got a special one for you.
October 16th, here we are in the studio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, this is an exciting show.
What an exciting day.
2.5 years ago, when we were just little pups on this journey of building entertainment-based online courses, we had no idea what we were doing. We had a big vision. We had a dream of building a mountain, and not just a mountain, but a mountain range full of courses.
Yeah, and today is our big launch day on Mighty Networks.
Yeah.
Oh, so
and
we're
our
going
new E-Course Adventures platform.
Yeah, so we're going to get into a tour of that. We've got Mighty Networks CEO and founder, Gina Bianchini, on the show and we're going to chat with us.
Teaching you how to build community-driven brands and courses and platforms and networks.
So stay tuned right after this.
Well, what do you say we show people around?
Let's do it. Are we going to show... Should we get...
Let's bring Gina on.
Gina, are you there?
I am here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, if you turn on your video, we'll see you as well.
Dun, da, da,
there she is.
Oh, we're not in the mountain anymore.
Oh, it's hot here now.
Yeah, I know.
Woo.
You guys, thanks for having me on.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for doing what you do. Like, seriously, you and your team there at Mighty Networks are a dream come true. We're so grateful that you've built what you've built. It's exactly what we were looking for at the perfect time. Yeah, exactly.
Push it up, sister.
We're stoked to have you guys involved. Obviously, every release we have, we're just continuing to make the whole thing work together, and we're excited about it. So thank you guys for your partnership and collaboration, and we're stoked to continue to do it as well.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it's all about, working together as this industry continues to grow. That's the big thing, you know. It's been kind of in the dark ages for too long, and so it takes all of us working and doing what we want to do to assist, you know. And we can't do this without you, and vice versa. So we're stoked. Too.
Yeah. You guys have really made what we're going to show today possible, because it would have cost us so much money to do what we're trying to do, and you've made it easy. You know,
you've done such an amazing job.
Yeah,
it's awesome, the product that you've created. You know, tell us a little bit about where that came from. Like, were you just kind of out and about? Were you walking a trail on a mountain too, and it came to you? What was the story of Mighty Networks?
Yeah, so we started a few years ago, really just looking at how do we bring people together in new and interesting ways. We've never been more connected, and yet at the same point in time, whizzing through a feed where it's just a bunch of people almost seeming like they're yelling at each other is not really something that we thought would be the end state. We asked ourselves the question, isn't there supposed to be something more here from what we're doing online? And what's been fascinating to watch is really how this sense of what a niche brand that brings people together, what are all the components to it? So where we really started was around how somebody could essentially create their own community. But pretty quickly, we saw the opportunity, in part through collaboration with the people who started using Mighty Networks. We call them hosts, because we really think about it and look at it as people hosting a party, where the goal is not me talking out at you, but really how do I connect my members to each other? Because we're living in the same location, we care about the same topics, and we describe ourselves in the same way. And so what was been really fascinating is, we took community, added content to it, then added a lightweight way of commerce, meaning you can charge membership subscriptions to it at the very top of the Mighty Network. And pretty clearly about, I let's say a little over a year ago, we kept hearing, hey, what would really put this kind of over the edge of awesome is if you guys added classes, and that the platforms that were really sort of focused on content weren't really bringing the community features together. By the way, you guys picked such an awesome still photo of me that I'm now looking at on the screen. So thank you for that. Really just nailing myself this morning. So thank you.
You look good, sister.
But fundamentally what is really emerging is the fact that there is a new kind of niche brand and niche business that brings people together around a common interest, a common identity that at its core is about how do people inspire each other? How do people learn from each other? How do people meet up live with each other, both in person and virtually, such that everybody gets to make better decisions around the things that are most important to them, whether that's learning a new skill, whether that is getting inspired for the thing that you wake up and do every day, or anything in between. And we think there are going to be millions of these new niche brands and businesses that bring people together for inspiration, for education, and fundamentally for connection. And we hope a fair number of those get built on a Mighty network where you can have not just a web app, but your own native mobile apps as well.
Well, and let's just face it. I mean, Facebook is a dying dinosaur. It's chaotic. I mean, if you're trying to create the reason we moved off of Facebook when building the Great E-Course Adventure is it's so chaotic. It's not a focused space to have conversations about the thing everybody's interested in. There's all these notifications about completely random things, and it's just it's brutal.
I mean, it started, it had its role, but it's evolving and it's not keeping up, and that's one thing that we really appreciate about what your team is creating.
Well, it's a different model. Their goal is run targeted ads, and increasingly they've made decisions that trade off, meaningful connections for how do we make sure that we've got more ads. And it's just different. What we're doing is apples and oranges.
Absolutely.
On a Mighty network, our goal is to empower the host of the network to be able to create something that's small but mighty. And that's really how we think about it. It's what we're obsessed with doing, in part because, when people can actually meet each other around the things that are most important to them, and we also can unlock the creativity and inspiration and insights of millions of people who are creators, whether that's course creators or whether that's somebody who, throws a party that they want to bring it online. The more that the world is being run by a distributed set of interesting creators that can unlock new and interesting social experiences, but also learning experiences and, connections online and in the real world, the world's going to be a better place. And that to me is what's really exciting. More people creating more interesting things, generating revenue from it so that they can invest more time and energy into creating something super awesome. So that's what we're up to over here in Palo Alto. We're, again, stoked to be a part of this.
We're grateful too. Well, what do you say we show off some of these features that are available? Because that's one of the amazing things is that there's so many features that we have access to with Mighty Networks that with just like the flick of a switch, you get multiple choice of like, do you want to have this on or do you want to have it off? And so as I was designing our network, it was so fun to have all these options. I was like, how could we use this option? So some of the options we're not using straight out of the gate, but we have plans to use them later on. So let's switch over. We'll do a tour. And Gina, as we do the tour, feel free to comment if like there's something that we're doing that you've seen people do it a different way. Feel free to showcase that. So here we are.
Sounds great.
This is what we call our front and center space where you land. This is the wall, essentially. If you want to condense it to get a much quicker scrolling feature, I love this. Is that it just kind of condenses it so you can see all of the most recent posts right there. You can also but it is much more beautiful when you do the main one. You can also look for your personal feed. You can follow what it is that you want to be finding, whether it's your activity or everything or people near you or from your hosts. Now, onboarding.
So if you want to just basically come in and get a sense of like what's anybody doing across anything, just click everything. You can get a quick snapshot of that.
Yeah. And right up here, if you're looking for something specific, like if you want to find something about gamification or themes or whatever, you can just do the search in the top. So as we scroll here, this is just a quick sneak peek of what it looks like. We've got conversations happening. We just opened the gates. But we opened the gates soft about 6 weeks ago, and now today is officially day one where we're transferring over our whole great e-course adventure community. I love this feature that you guys came up with. I thought this was really unique when you open it, how it opens just to the half. I thought that was really, really smart. I really like that.
So you don't lose your spot.
Yeah, of where you're scrolling.
Yeah. I'm totally obsessed with it. It just makes it really nice to be able to go deeper on something without then coming back and being like, wait, where was I?
Yeah.
And that's hard to do on other spots.
It's super cool.
Cool.
Okay, so there's so many options on what you can do just for a post if you're somebody who's coming in. So you can expand to an article, which allows you to put multiple different forms of media. So you can put videos, images, audio, files, and little breaker or lines there to break it up. But you can also, I'll just shut this down. You can also ask questions. You can take polls. And we're big on surveys and asking people for your feedback. This is, we want to build a conversation with the people in our network. So you can do a quick post, the article, which I just showed you, which is, we're moving our blog over. As of today, our blog will never be on WordPress. It is all moving over here. The question and poll, you can host events. Feature. So all of our eCourse Adventures live shows, we host in the event center or event space, and people can essentially RSVP and get the reminder, show up as a notification. So here's one of the cool things. Like we were over on LearnDash before with a bunch of other plugins, and it's not mobile sexy, whereas Mighty Networks is made for mobile. It's amazing. I do a lot of my conversations while I'm on the go with our community members just from my phone, which was not easy or convenient before when we were on our WordPress platform. We also, go for it.
One thing to just flag, polls are awesome.
Yeah.
They are big, fun, interactive, and they drive some of the most engagement across all Mighty Networks, where there's over 100,000 Mighty Networks today. And they are by far awesome, the most awesome. And what's interesting, if you go down to poll type, this is not always super easy to see, but if you click on question,
yep,
you actually have the ability to see 3 other types of polls. Ooh. A multiple choice poll, a hot or cold poll, which is basically like, are you essentially for or against, some topic?
Cool. Nice.
Or a percentage poll. So one of the things that we love to do on the percentage polls is, what percentage of your time, your budget, your energy is spent on, X, Y, or Z. So from our perspective, you can do so much cool stuff with the polls, and yet, we could probably make them a little bit more obvious for sure.
I love it. Okay, everybody, you got your homework. Go let us know what you think about our new home base. And let's continue the tour. I think that's so cool, and we're definitely going to be using that a lot more.
I like that.
I love the topics, and just this week, last week, you made it available that every course and every group that you have on your network can have its own set of topics,
right,
with their own look and feel.
It was all very much.
That's right.
Yeah. This is awesome. So this for our eCourse Adventures main platform. These are the topics that people can see and find conversations around. And this might look a little bit different if you are not a host for our network, which you're probably not. So I love that for finding conversations and for tagging conversations that you want to be a part of. This was another feature that I thought is super cool because we do adventure buddies in the Great E-Course Adventure. So people have to find an adventure buddy, and to find people that are near you and then just reach out to them and be like, hey, do you want to buddy up and meet every couple of weeks so that we can hold each other accountable?
Hey, look at
this
that.
is way cool.
Hey, there's Blair
Dean. Hey, do you want to be adventure buddies?
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
See, it's so easy when you know somebody that's close to you. And then groups. We just launched our first paid mastermind circle. So if this is your first time, reach out to us. Let us know. Ranger Boss Lady will let you know where to go to sign up for that. Or if you join the Great E-Course Adventure, you have an option to pay a little bit extra to join us every couple weeks for our mastermind sessions. So these are private groups inside of our network. Before we get to courses, this is an optional thing. So that there leads you to our flagship course, the Great E-Course Adventure.
So it's a link out, right?
The about,
you can set that
it
up.
pops out and it tells you just a little bit about our network. And let's go to courses. All right. So e-courses, as we shared earlier, we've got 5 courses. This is what our library looks like. In a couple years from now, there'll be at least a couple hundred here. Possibly even you, watcher and listener out there. Mm-hmm. So let's go to the Great E-Course Adventure. We had so much fun beautifying this entire experience. So onboarding's key, people. What is onboarding, Blair?
It's key.
It's key. You have to get people excited and help them understand where they are. So we really put some extra time into our onboarding experience there.
Yeah,
so
it was like the last 6 weeks or so, we've been doing a big rehaul. If you are already aware of our Great E-Course Adventure, base camp was a whole checkpoint with probably close to 6 hours of
No, it was an hour and a half. It wasn't 6 hours. That was an exaggeration, but it was way too much to get associated with your new landscape. So now it's just a page.
We condensed it big time.
And it's really fun. We had a lot of fun making all these new videos to get you set up with all of the things that you need. If this is your first time, everybody, you get an adventure map when you join the Great E-Course Adventure. So this map hangs on all of our students' walls or tents.
Tents or on a tree,
close by a tree,
or a post.
And this is a part of the theme is you're not just going through a course on building courses. You're on a journey to launch Summit, and you're building the greatest course you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
And every great journey needs a map. So that's why we created a map. You hang this up, you check off the things that you do as you climb towards Launch Summit, and all that's available on the on that course overview page at Basecamp. So we have to show this. This was painfully, delightfully wonderful. This was a transformational spiritual experience for Blair to redo our entire workbook. If all of you have been around for a while, you know that our workbook was on Evernote before. And it worked. And at the time when we created it, 2.5 years ago, using Evernote how we did to make it interactive with checkboxes and all that sort of stuff, it was pretty revolutionary. But now we've made this a themified, interactive workbook where every single lesson is in here. You can check mark all of the steps that you take right here in your workbook. And you just save your work after every time you've done your post. Why is it not working? Oh, I haven't downloaded it.
So once you download it and it's your own PDF on your laptop or wherever, you can actually check those boxes and just go through the workbook to help kind of keep your place.
All your notes are right in here.
Notes, you just type it right in, which is, again, once it's typed in, you can copy and paste that elsewhere. So it's really functional, really integrative with where we're headed with all this sort of stuff.
It's beautiful. It's 200 pages. 200 I mean, literally, pages. If you're not a member, you can sign up for a free trial and download this and then leave. But I don't know why you'd want to leave, because if you think this is cool, the Great E-Course Adventure is even better.
Yeah. So that takes you through the entire process of how to create an amazing online course.
You did such a good job, Blair. So everybody, when you download this, make sure you send Blair a personal note in our Mighty Network. Just go right up here to the little chat thing, press plus, and then you can just send a direct message to Blair and say, dude, holy cow, you are a wizard when it comes to making interactive workbooks.
Oh, shucks. I should create a course on how to make interactive workbooks.
Yeah. So that's just the homepage that we showed you here. This is just Basecamp. So as you go down, everybody remembers we've got 14 checkpoints in the Great E-Course Adventure. So at the very, very bottom, there we have it. Here's our 14 checkpoints: Reflection Pond, Mapor Meadows, Architect Forest, Creator Heights, Validation Swamp, Camp Medius, Technosis Temple, Automore. You can read it, everybody.
Yeah.
But there you have it. Each one's a different section of the mountain that teaches you a different skill on your journey to building your own courses.
Now, so do they have to go through, because I'm still learning the platform myself, do they have to go through and finish all of the...
No, not anymore.
Okay.
If you're joining and you're like, man, I'm getting ready to launch, then you can just like jump up to Marketer Ridge or Funnel Caves or
so
wherever
if you
are.
want to get into marketing, or if you want to get into like creating your sales funnel, you can just jump into those places.
Now, here's the thing. You don't know how to create an experience how we teach people to create an experience. So you're better off starting at the beginning, even if you've created a course before.
Yeah.
Because you need everything that we're gonna show you.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, building courses in here, we're gonna have to produce a mini course on how to build courses inside of Mighty Networks, because it's so easy and it's so quick to set your courses up. Like that's what I love. It's like as easy as setting up an article. You know, you just like, I can either add another checkpoint or add another step, and it's basically just like a page like I showed you with articles earlier.
Yeah.
You put all the media in there, and there you have it. Like, so let's just click to a checkpoint real fast. So we're going to Funnel Caves, and there we are in the caves, little write-up about it, your next steps, some downloadable stuff, and here's the next lessons on that particular checkpoint.
Nice.
Like, it's just beautifully simple.
No, you're saying there to Gina before at the beginning of this that there's a bunch of check boxes that you can turn things on or off.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different options, right?
Totally.
And I've heard you over saying that a few times to the team, that it's quite a few options.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
That's probably what we would teach in the course.
Yeah,
just
as
to help
what to use. So when you go into managing, you can go to general settings, and then, this isn't our e-course. So there's the main network as well, which has even more options that you can switch on and off depending on if you're using their more premium paid thing, which, I mean, the prices you guys are offering are so affordable. It's absolutely beautiful. You know, it's really accessible for people that are just getting into the game and starting to build their online businesses. So
that is the goal.
Yeah. Way to go. Way to go with that. It's huge. You know, there's a lot of platforms out there that don't have, you know, even half of the features that you have, and they're charging more than twice as much money for their platforms, which is kind of crazy to think about. So here, that's the short version of the tour, everybody. And obviously every course, you know, the way that we do the banners and the way we do the videos and the way that we do the languaging and the workbooks, that's how we're themifying the course now. It's really simple to set these things up, to make them look beautiful, and to turn your courses into worlds. Like here we are, we're going on the outer space adventure. You got your training manual. This is our free course, by the way, everybody. If you go to our platform, you go to the Art of E-Course Creation, you can enroll in this course for free, and you can binge watch it today. It'll take you, if you do all the exercises in your workbook, we help you map out your themified course, and you got about 90 minutes to go through it all. And it's absolutely gorgeous the way this all came together.
Yeah, you did such a good job, Brad.
Thanks, buddy.
Putting it all together.
Now, what's cool is at the moment, you know, there's no built-in shopping cart for Mighty Networks. So what we did is there's a Zapier integration. I'd never used Zapier before, but I hopped on a call with Brian, who's one of the customer awesomeness people at Mighty Networks. And Brian is just so wonderful. He's actually how I got in with the company. Is he was my first conversation point there. He showed me how to set up Zapier. It's really easy. So basically, like, we have fully automated when somebody joins our network, it automatically adds you to the correlating email list that we want you to. If you sign up for one of our free or paid courses, that's all automated. We have our own shopping cart set up on our own hosted sales pages. And it's actually really simple. You know, me being the non-techie, I was always confused on doing our shopping carts for our old WordPress site, and using Zapier with Mighty Networks and our active campaign email list was really quite easy. These are all little mini courses and webinars that we can set up and teach you all how to do it if there's interest. And we'll do a poll on our community later to find out how many of you want to get a behind the scenes look on how to actually set these things up.
Awesome. Yeah. Is there more that you need to show?
I think that's good. Here's another thing. If y'all want to cheer each other on, we have an all-member chat on the eCourse Adventures platform. So if you just go to that where it says chat, I just said, hi, everyone. You're awesome. So if you're in the community right now, you've just got that. And we just encourage you to go explore. If you have questions, reach out to us. If you want to know how something works or how we did something, or you have any suggestions, we're definitely wide open. I mean, this is just the beginning for us and how we're going to use this platform. And Gina, I'm just curious, what did the next, let's just say, several months to a year look like for you guys? What are you excited about, and what's coming down the pipeline? I know you're if everybody wants to get on the inside of what's happening at Mighty Networks, they have their platform, their own community called hosts.mn.co, that if you go to that website, you can join to be a host. And they're constantly updating and sharing resources on how to use Mighty Networks and letting you know what features are rolling out next. So on that note, what's coming up for you?
Yeah, so we're early next week. We're going to launch a lot more embeds. So for your course, for example, you can embed a Google form. You can embed more kinds of videos, more kinds of audios for podcasts, things like that. And then from there, we're going to basically jam into a tunnel related to bundled payments. So basically the ability to charge directly in your Mighty Network, not just for courses, but for courses, for groups, for different membership levels, and just continue to build on top of that. So that's what we're probably going to be jamming on between now and the end of the year. And all of it will lead to, our mission, our vision, which is to just unlock a whole new world of niche brands that bring people together in new and interesting ways. So,
it's a whole new world.
Meet other people.
Cue the Aladdin music.
In Ecourse Adventure, that it's just more and more fun to do and more fun to deal with.
Well, you've given us all a pretty amazing toy that we get to play with and build businesses.
A beautiful tool for sure.
Away.
Yeah, it's amazing. And for me being the non-techie, I've been really delighted. Like from the first time I logged into Mighty Networks, I personally, I just started poking around and seeing features and that. I found it quite intuitive. And I loved getting to build what we just shared with everybody. Every course on eCourse Adventures is its own world. So the topics and the theme ideas, it's all so different, and it allows us to create something. Like what we really wanted with the platform is that the overall brand and experience is consistent through every course. No matter where they are on the platform, they know they're inside of that eCourse Adventures universe. And then every course is a world within that universe, essentially, for people to travel in and learn some new skills and have these experiences and connect with other people that are part of that little hub. And then they can go out and they can go to another space within that eCourse Adventures universe. And
it's like Star Wars.
It's incredible. Like we're getting to astral travel digitally all over the place and learn stuff as we go. And you've helped that be easy. Seriously, when we started, it was a year and a half ago when we actually started talking to engineers and developers over in Europe to build what we wanted. It was going to be a lot of money and a lot of time. And then luck had it that 2 weeks after we decided that wasn't our life path, we found you. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
Yeah.
Sarah, I was gonna say this is why we exist. And it's such a thrill for us to be a part of something like this, because, what we're doing is hard. You guys have probably figured this out, like bringing together in one place content, groups, courses, chat, events, I'm missing probably polls, questions in a new way, such that there's the context. It allows the context of a niche brand or an interest. But man, getting it right is just going to be a grind. And that is the reality of doing something that's new. So the fact that it's delivering on your guys' needs, the needs of your members, the needs of other hosts, you guys can pop me on a Zoom call anytime you'd like, because it's a real pleasure to be a part of this.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, we're super grateful. That's really generous of you. And I want to thank your whole team behind the scenes.
Yeah, make sure you give them all high fives from us.
Totally. Anytime
I will walk out right now and give some high fives.
Nice. Yeah, that would be great.
That would be absolutely something.
Yeah.
That will for me to do.
Seriously,
thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, seriously, the service that we've received, whether it's through Mighty Hosts or reaching out via email to Brian, there's always been somebody that's answered my questions, and I see how active you all are in the Mighty Hosts group and just helping people, that people feel heard, and that the changes you guys are making, the upgrades you're making, are based on what everybody wants and needs. And it feels like, you guys aren't just having this vision and running with it, that it's really a collaborative experience amongst all of the creators using this tool and technology.
That is absolutely our goal. Yeah. It's not a democracy, but at the same point in time, we're here to unlock the next generation of creators. And if we're going to do that well, we gotta listen and learn and stay humble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our chat here has been lighting up. People are just blown away by what we've done. And what's exciting is all of you
look
can
at that.
do it as well. Look at this.
Look at that chat.
Wow.
And it goes on for a little while.
Are any questions or just a bunch of comments?
I see one question from Chris here. Hi, Gina. Having the ability to divide a payment amongst affiliates automatically would be a big feature for me. Teachables has this, and I'd rather host with you. So on that note, Chris, we're using ThriveCart for our shopping cart, and it's really easy to do affiliate stuff and have payments be automatic. That's all automated in our new system. And Jonathan, to answer your question, is that automated via Zapier or Mighty Networks. So all of our automations, they either happen within Zapier or they're automatically updated through ThriveCart, depending on which features.
Right. Nice. Do you have anything else to say about that, Gina?
No, the thing with our payments, the first version of it, we just want to make sure that it works in the simplest way possible. Mm-hmm. And then we'll continue to add on top of it more and more sophisticated features. Always making sure that we are building for what most people need, not what everyone needs. And so continuing to use Zapier and other APIs to be able to offer a wider and wider set of things will be important, while we stay focused on what are those core loops, what are those core features, and how do we make sure that they work together seamlessly and beautifully.
Yeah. Just, we've got about 5 more minutes with you. I'm just curious, what are some other ways people are using Mighty Networks or using courses? Like, what else are you seeing amongst other creators?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So, the thing that we're observing is where there's real traction and where people are really excited about Mighty Networks are in anything professional. So professional networks, professional niches, hairdressers, small business owners. One of my favorites are people who are, it's called Rolling Solo Australia, not exactly professional, but professional travelers, I would say. They are driving RVs around Australia, the coast of Australia, and they're using using courses as a way to teach RV maintenance and mechanics.
Wow.
Which I think is super cool and super interesting.
Wow.
And then health and wellness. So everything from, how a niche brand that brings people together can really support and encourage and inspire each other as they are as members are navigating type 1 diabetes, or this is October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We have an incredible mighty network called Abreast, which is doing 100-mile walks, team walks. Wow. And utilizing a mighty network to coordinate and organize those teams, as well as share stories that really beautiful, connect all of us with what's happening in people's lives when they're diagnosed with breast cancer. And then, even more inspiring things like Gretchen Rubin and her Better app, which is all about, how people respond to expectations placed upon them, how to build healthy habits, it's based on her best-selling book called The 4 Tendencies. Yep. And now she's teaching a 4 Tendencies course. So she's utilizing, and her community of over 60,000 people are utilizing small groups like you are with masterminds, as well as courses related to really going deeper around the 4 tendencies. And, I wouldn't be surprised if within the next 5 years, people will still write books, but for the most part, every book is better as a brand, as a course, as really a community of people who want to go deeper around that topic.
Yeah. It brings it alive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in this move where people buy products to, people wanting experiences, from the move from transactions to subscriptions. Mm-hmm. I really think we're just at the beginning of how to take full advantage of brands that bring people together and monetize or generate revenue from courses, from groups, from membership, from experiences and events in new and interesting ways. And, we think that what we're seeing our platform right now is growing at like over 80% per month, which is kind of crazy.
Yay!
We'll see, we'll see if that continues. But I think it speaks to the fact that people want something more when there's a great idea, and there's something that they get really excited about, and they want to meet other people who are as excited about going deeper around a topic, an interest, a passion, a lifestyle, a goal, a condition, as they want to, or they are. I see there's a question. Let's see. For Gina, are there plans to be able to label a post or article with more than one topic? I am planning on creating a wild food course, and that would be really useful to me. Yes, the reason we actually have not done it yet is because now topics are by the network level, within a group and within a course. And that was step one. And we will look for ways. We have sort of a whole series of plans that we'll do in the next year, basically, hopefully the first half of next year, related to making topics more like tags, which you can put into different categories or different topics. We're not quite there yet because of the structural changes we were just doing.
Yeah. Awesome.
So Joe, I answer your question. And these are exactly the kinds of things that we talk through every day in Mighty House.
Yeah, I bet, right? Because the bar is set so high with our expectations from things like Facebook that's, had a good decade with a huge team, and just Google and everything that's going on. And you guys aren't that big of a team, right? How many people do you have on staff?
We have 25 people.
Right. Yeah. It takes time for these things and all the coding going back.
Oh man. Yeah. And when you, as I've learned when we've been working together, is like one change, you sometimes have to change everything.
Yep. But we're continuing to move faster, and I'm really excited about the things that we have in store from here.
We are too. Yeah, this has been so wonderful. We're really excited, and we'd love to bring you back on, and you can show us some of the features that we didn't touch on today. And I know I know we're only using a fraction of what's available here.
Yep. That is true.
Yeah, every time I go to Mighty Hosts, I'm reading all the posts. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so much I don't know. This is amazing. It's great.
Well, and we're, we spend more and more time, we spend more and more time on the product, and sometimes we put it out and we're like, oh, we should probably tell people about that. So we're not always great, but we always prioritize, putting things in the product that make the most sense.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on getting to where you are with the company. I know how much work it takes to build these dreams, and you're doing a really good job.
Heck of a job. Yeah. Thank you so much for all your hard work, the whole team. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you for having me, and have a great rest of your day.
Yeah, you too. Rock on, sister. Thank you very much.
Later, Gina.
Bye, guys.
Wow, it's alive.
Oh my God.
I can finally breathe again.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's kind of hard to believe.
Yeah.
Today has finally come.
Yeah, 2.5 years, everybody. So if you're not as far up the mountain as you think you should be easy on yourself and know great things take time. That was my old wise man voice.
Nice, right on.
We should do a course with that guy.
Yeah.
I feel excited. I feel really affirmed based on all of the people in the chat here who are just saying how great it looks and how much of an upgrade this is. I feel that as well, that this is a huge upgrade from what we had. I mean, what we had was amazing, and it was really ahead of its time. And the biggest problem was that it was kind of clunky. Like, imagine having 1,000 people in our community on that old platform. It'd be really hard to follow the conversations and the threads that you want. Whereas what we have now, it makes it a lot easier. Every conversation thread can kind of be compartmentalized. The fact that you can go through courses on your phone is a huge win.
Could you imagine getting in one of the first airplanes when they first were invented?
Yeah.
Like, with what we were expecting, I'm going for a flight tomorrow, and we get used to what the
so
modern
cold.
Yeah. Where's the windows?
Why don't I have a little TV on my seat?
Yeah, right. And or even like the old Model Ts, and the cars, and just they're a little rickety, and what we have over the decades have improved upon.
We're so spoiled now.
So we're stoked that we're upgraded. It's like getting a new car,
It really feels like that. And obviously, like everybody out there, thank you for being on this journey with us. This has been the craziest ride ever.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us, everybody. And just some patience with just learning a new platform. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to be worth it. So stay with us. It's just going to get better too. And
ask us questions. Let us know what things we're doing that you would like to learn. If there's any of the tools or anything, it's pretty simple for us to start creating little one-off videos showing you how to do specific tasks.
Is there a topic in our forum or the campfire for people to come to and
ask questions about certain things?
And ask those questions?
Yeah. If you just go to go to tools and technology and ask us a question. And so click on that, make a post if there's something you want to know, and we can make a little screen share video at the very least. I mean, obviously we would love to make courses, but it can be easy enough to just simply make a little screen share video and get you the information you're looking for right away.
Awesome.
Have fun exploring the new platform. Let us know what you think. And everybody listening live, this is your last chance to get lifetime access to the great e-course adventure. And that includes the mastermind. As of tomorrow, that same package will be $99 a month or $7.99 per year. So $4.95 for lifetime sounds pretty
not
good.
Too bad.
And if you're listening to this tomorrow or next week, sorry everybody.
Yeah.
But
so that ends officially at midnight.
Yeah.
Tonight, which is the 16th.
And we just have to do a little edit to that video, and the e-course games announcement and rules will be sent out very, very soon. So watch for that notification.
Are we doing a How Did You Do That segment?
This whole thing was a How Did You Do That?
That was how we did that.
Wait. What? How we did that.
I just like doing that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's how we did that.
That's how we made a new platform and mountain, everybody. So stoked. I see Mighty Networks being the thing that gets me past one of the main obstacles on my trail. I'm so looking forward to learning how to get my courses set up there. Thanks, Brad and Blair. Yeah, that's how I felt when I found it. I was like, finally, a platform I can use. That has everything that we need to do things great. And that is the name of the game, folks, is don't make something good, because there's a lot of good things out there.
A lot of good things.
But the great things stand out in the sea of sameness, and they sometimes take a little bit more time. So be gentle on yourself.
Worth it.
Choose to have fun. Take your next step every single day. It's all about taking consistent steps forward, as Jonathan Stewart would say from Jonathan Stewart Music. You got to practice every day, folks. Just a little bit of time every day is much better than no time at all. I don't know if he actually said that, but Jonathan, you can use that quote if you want to repeat it someday. Thanks for coming out, folks. Awesome. Next week, we have Marisa Murgatroyd from Live Your Message and also Experience Products. I mean, she's very similar to what we're teaching around creating not just courses, but experiences. And her launch last year, when she launched Experience Products, her course, she made over $1.1 million.
So she knows a thing or two about courses.
I think she's going to teach us some stuff. So prepare to get schooled. That'll actually, we have a different time. It's next Wednesday, I think at 10 a.m. Blair will be fresh off a flight back from Ontario, and we're going to hop straight into the show.
Which we're actually switching to Wednesdays.
Yeah, we're moving to Wednesdays for a bunch of different logistical reasons.
Just to try
Hopefully that works for y'all. We'd like to switch things up here.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we love you, and we'll see you around the campfire.
Yeah, see you on the mountain.